Okay, I am making old-fashioned Lard Lye soap. I'm making 3 batches of it again. And so I was going to kind of walk you through some of it. I'm not going to go through the entire process, but I've already got these 2 set up. They're on low. I'm going to go ahead and get those melted. This pot is already getting hot. I have my container here on my scale. The scale is tiered out to 0, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the amount that I'm using for the recipe. Now this soap here, I'm not going to add anything to it. I don't add any super fats. I don't add any essential oils, any fragrance oil. It's just going to be a plain Lard Lye, old-fashioned Lard Lye soap. So, I'm going to get out what I need. And for this recipe, for the amount I need for my mold, I should say, I use 78 ounces of lard. So, and I just measured in this this old lard container. I think it's a paint container. I think I picked it up at Walmart or Lowe's or something. And I'm not sure if it came with a lid or not. But anyway, I measure it out in it, get it measured. That actually is perfect. So what I do is I take my spatula, go around to the back pot. I just dump it right in because there's nothing else in there. And then I just make sure that there's no clumps that were left over in there that I need in the pot. Alright, I'll just put the spatula in that, and I'm going to just set it right back there on the back. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it. It is on low, yep. And I'll let it go ahead and start heating up. Now what I'm going to do, making a mess, and I'll put that back there too. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my lye water ready. And if you notice, you know, I have this labeled, even though this is a lard container, I label it because some of these I've cleaned out and I have baking soda in them, citric acid, I have lye, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, both in different ones. So I always put it on the top so I know exactly what it is. Even though when I open it I'll know, but that way I don't have to grab it and open it and it's not what I needed. Alright, I'm going to need 3 containers. So we're going to go ahead and start with this one. I'm going to tear it out. I'm going to get the water going. While it's going, I'm going to go ahead and get out my sodium hydroxide. Now this is the sodium hydroxide I've been using for Essential Depot, from Essential Depot. I know that people have had trouble. I've never had an issue with Essential Depot, but I think there were a lot of issues going on. But I don't buy from them anymore. I'm just using up what I have. I actually have started buying my lye in bulk. And so once I use up these, I'm saving the containers. If anybody wants to buy some lye, I'll fill these up for you and send them to you. So just let me know. Alright. Okay, now I have my pitcher on there. Go ahead and see how much water I need. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start adding. And for water, little too much. Pour out, I mean, just a tad too much. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and set that over there. Put put this one on, tear it out because this is a different container. And even with the same containers, sometimes they're different weights, especially with glass bowls and things, so just be careful with that, making sure that you tear it out. So tear it out, and I'm going to go ahead and add it in. Just a tad more than what I need, like a tenth of an ounce, okay? That's good. And I need to write down these so I don't have to keep thinking about what the measurement is, okay? All right, now this one, use that container, tear it out, go ahead and add it in. Ooh, oh, that's right. Actually, that's perfect. So I'm done with that. I'll go ahead and get my whisk there, get up some of this water that I've spilled. Going to measure out my lye. Let me get a bowl to do that in. What I do is I take the bowl that I'm going to use and a dryer sheet. I don't use dryer sheets anymore. This one hardly smells at all, but I save these because I use them to wipe out the bowl. Because when I'm doing 3 batches, the first batch of lye won't stick at all, but after that it starts grabbing the moisture and it will try to stick on me. So I just wipe it down, and I just put this right back up there in the container because I'll use it again for a bunch of times. Alright, I'm going to tear this out. I'm going to add my lye. And I'm going to add and this, make sure this is sodium hydroxide and not potassium hydroxide. And I'm going to check on my liquid laundry detergent really quickly. Just want to make sure that it's not boiling over or anything, and it's cooking nicely. This is liquid laundry detergent made with potassium hydroxide, and if you're interested in that, I have a video that I will be posting probably before I post this video, showing me making it. So I just gotta keep an eye on it and make sure that it doesn't creep out of the pot on me. And I'll head us back in here and set us back up. Okay, so now I have my scale and have that teared out. I'm going to go ahead and measure out the lye that I need. Ooh, I went way over. I'm thinking about all kinds of things I need to be doing and I'm not paying attention. So what I do is I just scoop it back, hold it right over it, and just put it back in. That way any that I'm not getting in there just falls right back in the bowl. I like to take it out until it barely hits the mark I want. Well, okay. to leave that open and sitting there because I'm fixing to use it. I'm going to go ahead and add it in and make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and add it in. I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay. And if you notice, I don't have any really stuck to the bowl. I'm going to go ahead and quickly go ahead and start measuring the next one. Okay, 11.6. Move that out of the way. Add that in. Now it did stick some, so what I'm going to do, I don't want to use my wet whisk because it'll wet my bowl. And I'm already...
Somebody just pulled up out the window.
They did?
Somebody pulled out over there.
Okay, it's probably Daddy. Is it Daddy? Or Grandpa? No?
Grandpa or Daddy. Come here, I'll show you.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put these out of the way so he can't get to them. And I'll do the last one on my own, and I'm going to bring you back when everything's melted and cooled down and I'm ready to start. Okay, I went ahead and mixed the lye mixture in with the soap, and I blended it just a little bit. I didn't even blend it to trace, and I'm going to let it just heat itself through that stage. That way I don't have to waste a lot of time stick blending it. I just blended it to emulsion, which is where everything's mixed together. And I'm just going to give everything a quick stir. And if you notice, I just keep switching the lids. And just stick that back in here, and then I'm going to let it I'm going to turn it on high just so it can warm up enough that it'll start cooking really not hot, but it'll get hot enough to drive it through the trace stage, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back. Oops. Go ahead and cut this back down on the low. Stir. Make sure I turn that one down. I did. And I'm going to stick blend these together so they kind of have separated some. So I'm just going to show you one pot, and then I'll do the rest of them. But nice and stirred in. This is more of the mashed potatoes. This is going to take longer to cook since I didn't go on to trace. So this one's ready to really start. I'm going to start on that one. Just get this off the top. Okay. Alright, and I will bring you back when that's cooked for maybe 30 minutes. Okay, I'm ready to go ahead and mold the soap. I've got my 3 molds here ready. I use a shelf liner that I get from Walmart, and this is the kind of shelf liner that I use. And it looks like this on both sides. It's the same. And it seems to be working really well. I tried another one that was white on the back, and it just didn't hold up the way I was hoping to. So I went ahead and cut this one. I like to leave the ends a little bit longer so that when I'm done I can grab the mold and pull it out. I forgot on these two, and I'm not just going to throw them away. I'll go ahead and use them. It works okay, but it does make it easier if you have a little something to grip when you're pulling it out. Someone else suggested you could put a ribbon under the loaves and then just lift it out. That would work too. It's kind of up to you which way you want to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get out a pot, and what I do is I put a towel on my hip. I'm not sure if you can really see, and I just hold it on my hip and I pour it in with this and rake it out with a spoon until I can't rake any more out, and then I scrape it out. But I just kind of do that, plop it in. And like I said, this one's not scented or anything. It doesn't have any essential oils or fragrance oils, so I don't really have to worry about letting it cool down too much. Now I do let it cool down some because I don't want to put it in the mold too hot, but I don't have to worry about letting it cool down quite so much. So this was it's one reason why I like working with this one. It's just easier to work with than the ones that you have to let cool down. And some people say you don't have to let them cool down, that you just can put the essential oils in it at whatever temperature, and that the flash point pertains to shipping. But I will say that I have found that if I put my essential oils in, and I don't do fragrance oils too much, but if I put my essential oil in too soon before it's cool enough, I get a really, really strong odor or fragrance off of it. It's almost like fumes. And they're really, really strong from the essential oils. And my husband even says that they give him a headache. So, therefore, I try not to put it in until it's cooled down a good bit. But you can see that came out nicely. I mean, there's not a whole lot left in there. I'll just put this in the sink. Go ahead and fill it up with water. I'll let it cool down a little bit because I don't want to crack the pot. Alright, what I do is sometimes I cover it. You don't have to cover soaps. It's just something I kind of got in the habit of doing and just kept doing. But I'm not gonna cover these, and the reason being is because I want them to cool and be ready for me to cut as quickly as possible. I need to cut these tonight, because if I wait till tomorrow, the lard soap gets really, really hard really, really quickly. And if I wait till tomorrow like I do on my normal soaps, it's going to give me a hard time cutting it with my cutter. And I don't want to break any wires on it. And I'll show you that in another video. I'll do a video of me cutting it so you can see that. And I try to even it out get the same amount throughout the loaf. If you have any harder places that dried out, this is going to be a white soap. Doesn't really matter. But now if it were colored, or it had oatmeal or turmeric or paprika, something like that in it, the white dried out spots will be dried out white look. They'll be white looking, so it'll stick out. I usually don't worry about it too much, but I do at least try to cut them up so that they're little white chunks and not one big chunk. And it just adds character. To me, it just adds character to the soap. Alright, so what I will do now is I usually take, it's a trash, well, I guess it's a trash bag. It's not a trash bag. It came with, I think my lye came wrapped in it or something. Anyway, I just take it and I do my hand, bump it a little, I flatten it out nicely, and it's hot. Ooh. I make sure that it feels pretty even. You don't want like a high spot over here and then a place over there that's not that high. And then I just break it off like that. I'll use that again in a minute. And I'm through with this one. I'll just rake the pieces down in there. And I'm ready to go ahead and mold another one. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one on the porch in a chair because I want it to dry quickly. And I will see you, I'll make another video of me cutting it tomorrow. Thanks for watching. This is making homemade Lard Lye soap like your great grandmother used to make. Thanks for watching. This is Shawn Woodell at Heavenly Soaps and Such. See you next time.